Hi guys, hello and namaste. I am Harshala and welcome back to my channel. So this is the first reading vlog of 2024 and I think a proper reading vlog after so long. Like I have not made such vlogs in I think almost 2 months now. But yeah, we are gonna get back to reading vlogs and yeah, we are starting with the first book of the year, that is The Cruel Prince. So The Cruel Prince is a part of Folk of Air series and there are 3 books, and yeah, all 3 of them are on my January TBR because I obviously wanted to pick up a series. I am a series binger and I cannot like just read one single book and like keep down like the other 2, or wait for a long time before starting the series or the second book or the third book. So yeah, The Cruel Prince, The Wicked King and The Queen of Nothing are 3 books from the Folk of Air series by Holly Black. So this is basically a fantasy like series and there is romance in it. I have heard, like I have no, but it is not a romantasy, okay? There is some romance in it but not much. That being said, I think we should get started with the first book, that is The Cruel Prince, because yeah, I'm doing it after a long time guys, so I already apologize for all the goof ups that I do. So The Cruel Prince is, I love the cover, okay? The cover has like this 3D thing going on when you touch. So let me give you a gist, okay? So there is this girl named Jude and she has mortal parents or parents who are humans, and her stepsister's biological father is, her elder stepsister's biological father is Fae, basically fairy, and yeah, what happens is someone comes and like murders her family, and then all the 3 sisters are like taken to the Fae land or the fairy land, and Jude has a twin sister. Her name is Taryn. I am not sure how the name is pronounced, and yeah, her elder sister's name I don't remember, but that is this book. So basically this book is about how, like, the book entire series is from Jude's point of view, and I don't know about the other books, but yeah, book 1 is from Jude's point of view, and it is how many pages long? It is 370, like there are 370 pages which I have to read. So I think that is it for you guys. Like what I know like about this book is, like, Jude is a human and she's taken to fairyland, and this book is all about her maybe struggle or her story, basically how she survives in the Fae land or fairyland as a human being. So I think let's just begin. So far I'm 36 pages in, and let me give you a gist, okay? So like I told you guys, like the story is about Jude and entirely from her point of view, and Jude has total 2 sisters including Jude. So there are like these 3 girls and 1 little guy who is her step brother. So Jude has a twin sister Taryn and a step sister called Vivian, and she also has a step brother who's I think 6'7". His name is Oak, and the stolen heir is where Oak story. Like Oak is the main lead in the Stolen Heir, which is entirely like, it is kind of continuation from the same universe, same story, but it is a different series. So yeah, that being said, like our little guy is just like, he's very small and he's very cute, he's very mischievous, but the character that I love is Vivian. Oh my god, like she has just entered, like, and she has very few scenes, but so far I'm loving her so much. And yeah, basically Vivian's father, that is Jude's stepfather or foster father, has taken them, like the sisters or the girls, to the fairyland, and he is the one who actually like murdered her family, and now she's like staying with him, and they share a decent kind of relationship. Vivian is like very sour about what he did and all the things he did. Somewhere she like blames herself for what happened with her family. But what I love about this book is our main guy Carden is already in the story, and there is no romance. Okay, there is like just hate. Like he's literally like, he's not really, but his friends are like bullying Jude and her sister, majorly Jude, because and Jude, because she is here now, she just wants to feel powerful, because she just like hits the fan when she was really young, and she just wants to feel powerful. So that is there is some kind of tournament that is coming up, and she's like willing to like prepare for it or something on those lines. But the thing is that she has to first take permission. So yeah, that is what is going on. And our guy Carden and his friends are like pure evil. Okay, I hate the group as yet, but yeah, we can like, I'm hoping that the enemies to lovers here stays true. So I don't want to spoil your fun and don't want to give you spoilers, but this guy Locke, who is Carden's friend, he is like, from the beginning he was giving me like creepy vibes, and I just think that this story is like gonna turn into like it has already turned into like a love triangle, and our guy Carden is not in the picture at all. Okay, so Jude and Locke are like into each other now, and I don't know, like I have this hunch that the twin sister Taryn, she's dating someone secretly, and I have this hunch that that guy is Locke and he is like two-timing or something of that sort. So yeah, I don't know, like I was not expecting this. Okay, I know that this is a young adult fantasy, and a lot of things are like very appropriate to the audience, but this is like unnecessary Ekta Kapoor level drama जो कि हो रहा है यहाँ पे. And now I have like this hunch that the author will like wait till the end to reveal who exactly is with the guy or what, like who is the sister's lover. So yeah, let me read. What else can I do? I don't care like what he did in the past, but I like the stepfather or the foster father Maddox. Like, oh my god, there is this incident where Jude gets like horribly bullied, like she was like kind of stripped down and all. And I have to say, like I'm 103 pages in, and even though I came back some while back, and I told you guys like what is happening with the love triangle situation, I have to say like the world building is so easy to understand, so amazing. Like I am in love with the world. Okay, like the fairyland. And I did not tell you guys this, but our guy Carden and his friends, and Jude and her sister Taryn, like twin sister, they are all in kind of school, preparatory school or kind of college. And yeah, that is where like they are together, and that is where they meet, and that is where she gets bullied. And I have to say that I don't hate Carden as yet, but I don't know, like Locke is giving me like way of like he's giving me the heebie-jeebies. Okay, I don't know what else to or how else to describe it. I'm not liking the guy at all, but I love Maddox so much. Like, even though he has like murdered the family, and you know, he is a monster and all, there is this sentence after she comes home. She is like almost, you know, a lot happens to her. So he like kneels down in front of her, and then he says, then tell me what will help Jude, tell me and I will do it. Like, oh my god, I've seen so many fathers, but this right here, I don't care like what he does in the future or what he has done in the past. Right in the moment, he's being a father, and that is saying like something. Like, she gets bullied and she's trying to like hide it from her father, but you know, I just love this moment between them. I told you guys that I'll come once I have reached like page 150, but I have to like come back because this book is so freaking good. Like, I am loving it. Okay, so Jude here did not like win the tournament. Oh my god, I am fine. I'll just like state in the video that this has spoilers. Coming back to our story, so I am on chapter 14, and I have to say that Julia doesn't win the tournament, but then she does come in the eye of a prince who is like going to be the king of Elfhame, like the country or the land where she is taken. The fairy land is called Elfhame, and the king of Elfhame is like going to step down so that his son, you know, steps up, and that prince does offer her a role. And I am not giving away that sentence because it is so beautifully written. But basically, he offers her to spy for him, and she accepts because she doesn't win the tournament. So she wants to like be a part of you know, the fairyland, and what better way. And she meets some people who are like going to, you know, they are basically going to train her. She, you know, does spy for him, and then she meets 3 other spies, and their names are so cool. Okay, one is Bomb, the other one is Ghost, and the third one, I forgot his name. Wait, Roach. The Roach, yeah, like, I don't know, cockroach, roach. So yeah, I'm loving it. And she doesn't have a name because she just has entered. So I'm hoping that by the end of the book, she also is like accepted in this team of spies or group of spies, and she has her own nickname. So I'll get back to reading, and this time I'll only come back after I read like 80 more pages. Like, I am on not 80, 70 more pages. Like, after I cross 200 pages, I will try. Okay, fingers crossed. Oh my god, there is not even a drop of romance that has happened like till now. I am on page 141. So our guy Carden bullies Jude, hates her. He does something more than bullying, and Jude too dislikes her. And then, for some kind of, you know, mission, she goes to Jude's room, and she finds an Alice in Wonderland copy, and she picks it up randomly, and she comes home and reads the book, because that was the one book that she had in her childhood which her mother used to read to her. And in fairy, books and all are not allowed, but yet she finds, you know, Alice in Wonderland at Carden's place, and now she's reading, and she finds this paper basically where her name is written in Carden's book. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Okay, I have had my minute, and now that you think about it, okay, from what I I don't know like if it is true or not. Alice in Wonderland, from what I remember, is a story about a girl who is a human, and she, falls down the rabbit hole, or she goes down the rabbit hole. And a girl Jude here is also a human. She is brought to fairyland. Alice goes to that mystical world, that fantasy world. I think Jude's name is written in Alice in Wonderland, like the paper is in Alice in Wonderland book, because whenever our guy Carden, thinks about Jude, it reminds him of Alice in Wonderland. I don't know if that makes sense. I have not made my TBR, my January TBR, but I am so intrigued to read Alice in Wonderland because it has been mentioned in this book, and what I think, if that is true, maybe I have to read Alice in Wonderland for that. So yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm going crazy over here, okay? Coming back to reading, like going back to reading. I don't know how long this video is gonna be, but I definitely know that it's gonna be very, very, very long. I don't know from where this, like, I'm on page number 145. Like, I spoke to you guys like how many pages ago? Like 4 pages ago. But there is this mention. I want to read it for you guys, and I'm not a great reader, okay, but I have to read this for you guys. Of course, Taryn is right, because right about stories, bad things happen to those princesses. They are picked with thorns, poisoned by apples, married to their own fathers. Like, what on earth is happening? Like, which stories are these? Thank God that I have not read like classics. Like, right this moment, thank God that I have not read classics. They have their hands cut off and their brothers turned into swans, their lovers chopped up and planted in basil pots. What are these references, guys? Like, literally help me out here in the comments. They vomit up diamonds. When they walk, it feels as though they are walking on knives. They still manage to look nice. Okay, so basically our girl here is going on like some kind of like coronation ceremony, so she has to like dress up and all, and that is what she's referring to. But what are these all references? Like, tell me in the comments below, what is this? Like, they vomit up diamonds. Which classic or which story is this? Which fairy tale is this? Do let me know in the comments, please. I don't know if I forgot to mention, but let me just mention it quickly. The entire Folk of Air series is available on Kindle Unlimited. So yeah, if you don't want to purchase a paperback and you are like just giving fantasy a go, like a try, you can definitely purchase the Kindle Unlimited, which is I think 179 rupees for Prime members and 199 for the other members, like for a month. And yeah, but it is not available for like on your Audible subscription, on Audible Premium. You have to like purchase it for credit. So that is like a kind of a sad situation, because these days like I love listening to audiobooks while reading. It just adds, like, enhances the experience for me personally. So yeah, Kindle Unlimited, Folk of Air series, the 2 novellas, The Lost Sister and How the King of Elfhame Learned to Hate, is not available on Kindle Unlimited. You have to purchase it, but the 3 main books are available. So yeah, for most part of the book I was like tolerating the twin sister Taryn, but right now at 157, page number 157, I practically hate her, and I don't care, no matter like what happens in future, I am going to continue hating her, because no guys, sisters are not supposed to do what Taryn has been continuously doing. She is like a total bitch. I hate her so freaking much. I don't care what her insecurities are, whatever like is going on in her head. And I do know like the 1.5 or the novella The Lost Sisters is like from her point of view, or maybe telling her story. Maybe that might change my point of view, but for now, I hate Taryn, okay? I literally hate her. I'm on page 193 and something bad happens. Oh my god. I just have goosebumps, like literally, if you can see. I am so bad at like these emotional kind of things. No, I am not ready for this. Like, I was not ready for this. Our guy Carden, he knows, okay? The hunch that I have, like this cheating game that is going on, I have like he knows, Carden knows something, and he like taunts Locke in front of Jude. I don't know where this is going, but I'm loving this book so much. Like, I'm having fun, okay? This book is fun and there is not a drop of romance in it. So it's safe to say that I like fantasy. I'm 231 pages in, and yeah, this book is good. This book is really, really good. Like, is it worth the hype? I'll say yes, it is. Like, at least for this book, it is worth the hype. I don't know about the other books, but yeah, this book is totally worth the hype. All shit hits the fan. Like, literally, people are, I just have to say that something happens, like something huge happens, like huger than huge, if that's the word or that's the thing. But right now, Jude has like officially kidnapped Carden. So I am so freaking loving it, even though like what happened was like horrible, terrible. It gives me like more than goosebumps. I just want to like, there are shivers everywhere thinking about like what happened on like during the coronation. But Jude has officially kidnapped Carden, and we don't know where the story is going, but it is so freaking interesting. So yeah, that is happening right now. When I said earlier that I hate Taryn, and the guy Locke is giving me like heebie-jeebies, I have to say that I will continue to hate Taryn with all my being for the rest of eternity, like forever. And that, there is like no changing it, okay? I hate that girl so freaking much. Like, having no sister is better than having a sister, like a bitch of a sister like her. Like, I hate her so freaking much. I wish that she would have died during whatever shit went down. I really wish that she would have died. And honestly, she deserves the guy she gets, okay? Like, they both are so perfect for each other. Like, she deserves the hell that she is like going to go through. I have this feeling, okay? Sorry. On page number 313, I think so, yeah. Now, there is not much of romance. Like, nothing happens between them. But Jude knows that Carden is like Carden wants her, and she like, you know, kind of confronts him. And oh my god, that moment was so freaking cute. Like, this is the, like, after such long time, I am like in a enemies to lovers romance where, you know, there is not much romance, but the enemies to lovers is like right bang on point, and I'm loving it so much. And I'm so freaking like, I'm like this much of the book is left, and I am super excited for the next book as well, because I am like, all the time I'm just like, I have this constant smile on my face while reading these parts. It's very cute, okay? Very, very, very YA, and I'm loving it. They finally kiss. That happened, and that, like, oh my god, I'm speechless. I'm just speechless. I have no words. Like, they kiss and I'm loving them so much. Finally, last page. I'm done reading. The Cruel Prince by Holly Black, and I have so many thoughts, okay? So many freaking thoughts. The first one being, I can say like Taryn is Jude's twin, because Jude is equally the bitch like her sister, okay? I know that Carden, bullies her. Like most of the time, it's his friend, and he doesn't he doesn't participate, but he doesn't even stop them. But the things Jude does to him, like, oh my god, like Carden is like such a cutie and Jude is like such a bitch. Still, I'm so happy. Like, I'm hoping that the Wicked King has a lot of romance, because now they are like in a kind of partnership. No, what is it called? Like, he has sworn himself for like 1 year and 1 day to Jude, which means that yeah, he is like they are gonna be together. And what was that last line? Just a second. Like, he's super pissed, I know that. It's all yours. This is the last sentence that is there in the epilogue. And Carden says this to Jude. It's all yours. So yeah. Like, I know that Carden is gonna be super pissed. Like, they were enemies, and now after like Jude like literally fooled him and did such like threw him in such deep shit, I feel like it is going to be like the enemies to lovers is going to be on another level in book 2. Hey guys, I'm talking to you guys like the next day. Yesterday night I sat down and read the novella 1.5, which is The Lost Sisters, and it did not change my opinion about Taryn whatsoever. The only saving grace is that I did not purchase a physical copy because it is not available in India. It is just like 50 pages ka novella, so you can just go on the internet and search for it. You will find it on Kindle as well. If you ask me personally, I'll say skip it. Like, Taryn is a bitch. There is no changing my mind about her, and I don't think that the 50 pages novella is going to change my mindset at all. What I seriously wanted in this series was it to be dual point of view. When you are writing a freaking novella, 50 pages novella about another character, please make it from the character's point of view. At least we'll get inside the character's head, and maybe I might relate to her, maybe I might try to understand her, maybe I might not hate her as much as I hate her, but that is not what the author did, so we have to live with it. And yeah, now I'm reading The Wicked King. I did get through, I think, chapter 5 yesterday night, and I have highlighted a few of my important parts, so I want to read them out to you guys. Like, this is a full spoiler video, like it is not a spoiler free video, so if you are like have not read The Wicked King, please skip this video, come and watch after you have read The Wicked King. If you don't want to read this series and just want to experience it from my point of view, I am obviously going to share my point of views here. So I have to say, okay, Holly Black has done the best epilogue, no, not epilogue, prologue. This is the prologue, best prologue I have ever read. Like, this is such a strong prologue. Like, in continuation of the book 1, I have to like give it to her. The prologue is so freaking strong, and I get every freaking thing that Jude does like in book 1. Every single small action or reaction that she has, I get where it comes from. Okay, so I will have to say, like, I don't know where this is going, but I do know this is like a romantasy. Like, it moves towards the romance part in this book, and I am expecting a lot of romance. So somewhere I know that she's gonna be the queen, because the book 3 is called The Queen of Nothing. So yeah, I have to say, like, Madoc, even being a murderer, even being pissed off at her like biological parents, even being her stepfather and a monster, he has raised the girls so freaking nicely. Like, so many of our books like have like such bad parents, like terrible parents, and even though Madoc is one of them. I have to give it to him, like he is like one of the best parents to have around, especially when you need a lot of safety, a lot of security. Maddox, even is, despite or in spite of being like the history between them, he does take care of the girls, and he raises them like queens. So yeah, Maddox is training them like physically, they are like sparring and all. And he says something, I want to read it out to you guys. So he says, power is the ability to get what you want. Power is the ability to be the one making the decisions. And how do we get power, he asks Jude. So she says, we learn how to fight well. Okay, but then Maddox explains, we get power by taking it. So now you get what is running in Jude's mind, like throughout the entire book 1, like this one single sentence, like Maddox is someone who Jude doesn't hate. Okay, she might dislike him, but she doesn't hate. To a point, she loves him. Okay, she does feel loved by him, she does feel safe with him, she does look up to him as a mentor, as a parent, as a role model. And now you get, like, if her role model is teaching her something like that, the girls are obviously gonna turn out to be the way they are. But again, saying, I really like Maddox's character. Like, he is like the first kind of not the first, I think, because I read a lot of dark romance. I'll not say it is the first, but it is one of the likable characters. Not likable, it is like his character is one of the lovable characters that I have come across. Like, I don't care what he does, like he has raised the girl so well, like I have to give him kudos. Then on the last page of our prologue, power is much easier to acquire than it is to hold on to. I think like the entire book is like going to be based on like this. Like the first part of the prologue was based on like what Jude's growing up years and the entire book 1 was. But I have this inside kya bolte hunch that this power is much easier to acquire than to hold on to is going to be like the entire plot of this book. Because obviously right now Jude is in power, even though Cardan is on the throne, even though he has the crown. It is like Jude is the one who is like taking all the major decisions, is what I know, because obviously Cardan promises or swans himself to Jude. Okay, so the last the last 2 sentences of the prologue are so freaking strong. It was good to be hugged even by a monster. So she knows who Maddox is, but like I said, like their relationship is very like not lovey-dovey, but it is enough to make her feel safe as a child, even though she witnessed him murdering her parents. We are here at chapter 1, and so far Cardan is on the throne, and like he's in his like king mode, and he is a natural obviously because he's Cardan. And yeah, so I want to read out another thing to you guys. Cardan says to Jude, look at them all, your subjects, a shame not one knows who their true ruler is. My face heats a little at his words. His gift to take a compliment and turn it into an insult, a jab that hurts more than the temptation to take it at face value. Now you get it, okay, why I hate Jude and why I love Cardan. Cardan is like high up here, okay, he's a baby. That is what we are gonna call him. I'm on page 42, and Taryn comes for her selfish reasons obviously, and she brings stuff from Jude's childhood home where she grew up at Maddox's home. So she takes all the stuff that she brings, and she says, once they were comfort to me. I take a long last look, and then one by one I feed them to fire. I'm no longer a child. I don't need comfort. At times I'm like speechless throughout this book, like so far 42 pages in, and there are so many moments where I have been speechless, just like straight up speechless. So we are on chapter 5, and Carden is like attacked in the middle of the night while he was like with his friends. And yeah, he says something like he's so freaking cute, like he is the, book boyfriend or book husband. No, I'll not call him book husband. He's the book boyfriend that we all gush over. So let me read out what he says to Jude. Oh my god, it's so freaking cute, like it is too cute. So yeah, like Carden is attacked, and he says, for a moment, he says, I wondered if it wasn't you shooting bolts at me. I make a face at him. And what made you decide it wasn't? He grins up at me. They missed. Then, oh my god. He says, kiss me again. He says, drunk and foolish. Kiss me until I'm sick of it. So then Jude, thinks he hates you. Even if he wants you, he hates you. Maybe he hates you the more for it. Then, he says, if you are the sickness, I suppose you can't also be the cure. Oh my god, so many butterflies. So we are way ahead now. I'm at like chapter 11, and oh my god, remember, like obviously you guys remember because I just like spoke to you guys few seconds ago. But yeah, in end of chapter 5, Carden was attacked. So like he has to spend the night in Jude's room, and there he they don't like share a bed or anything of that sort. But in chapter 11, he is wearing a ring in his pinky finger, and guess whose ring that is? Yeah, it's Jude's ring. Why am I smiling? Why am I blushing? Oh my god, this is like insane. So Jude like finds out Carden's biological mother is like alive, and she's like imprisoned, and then she goes to meet her, obviously for her own reasons. Like we have not like revealed much about what is like going on in Jude's head, but yeah, she does go and see his mother. So we'll see what goes on ahead. Page 144, 145. Oh my god, the chemistry is so freaking sizzling. Like it is like a very closed door kind of thing, and this is like my first time experiencing something like that. But I have to say like the chemistry is so freaking sizzling. 145 pages in, and I have to say like this is the freaking most amazing, like this is the best enemies to lovers book I have ever read. Like I have ever read. I have not read like a better enemies to lovers than this. Like forget book 1, pick the entire series for this book. So far I can say like I'm giving it a very nice, like a good 4.5 star at least. Like it is not going down more than 4 stars. So yeah, it is at least getting 4 stars. So pick up your Folk of Air series, definitely pick it up. And just so it is available for free on Kindle Unlimited. So far like Locke and Taryn are getting married, and Locke turns out to be a bastard, like an absolute bastard. He tries to kill, like literally hunt down Jude. Like he wanted to kill her, but she somehow like escapes him. And now like there is some like kind of emergency, and Jude goes to visit the prison where Carden's mother and the ex prince, or like Carden's elder brother, is. And she's like kidnapped or like betrayed by one of my favorite characters, the Ghost. And I'm so freaking heartbroken. Like I really liked Ghost. I really hope that he has some kind of reason. And now the book goes in part 2, like it is divided in 2 parts. I don't know if there is a third part, but yeah, so far we are like starting part 2, and she's like taken under the sea. Nicasia is another character. She was one of Carden's exes, and his friend. So yeah, she has taken him down, or maybe her family or what. Like I am yet to like find out. So I'll keep you guys posted. But so far it is so freaking, like it is like kept me on edge. Like I am I'm like so freaking excited and so freaking like nervous, because I don't know like what's gonna happen. Like this is not something that I had like in my mind. I thought that it is going to be like the king will come and all, but I did not know that this was gonna happen to Jude. So let's see how things go. Okay, so Jude is like really in a very bad condition, like very, very, very bad condition. But Carden does, rescue her, and she's taken back to, the palace, and she's like now well, and now they're planning how to, take things under control again. Like she's now all well, and they are like. What can I say? The chemistry is like still going on strong, and I think you guys might have been like bored by me talking so much about this book, but yeah, I am loving it. Okay, I am so freaking loving it. Like book 1 was okay. This is like fire. Like this is the fire that this entire series, like it is going to hold the entire series, is what I feel like. So yeah, now they're like going to have this kind of thing where all the what do we call it, all the other kings and queens come to have a talk with Carden, because he had to give up a certain rule that he actually made, or a certain promise that he actually made. So yeah, that is like the internal political part that is going on, but it is not much, okay, and it is not heavy at all. It is very easy to understand, and I am like, it is very, very easy to understand this fantasy series, okay. So don't be bothered by all the politics and all, but it is very fun. Like it is so much fun, so freaking good. Oh bhai sahab, like there is like so much, like too much drama is going on. I'm at page 300, like I'm going to start the chapter 29, but oh my god, like I told you, like there was going to be this massacre or whatever, like this ball room kind of situation going on, and their Carden was poisoned, and if he wants, and like if Jude wants an antidote for him, his elder brother who wants the crown, tells her that you have to bring the crown, only then I'll give that to you. And then what happens, they spar or fight, kind of like they fight, and he ends up dead. And now I don't know like what is going to happen, but then Jude comes back to the room and finds Carden. And the worst part of it all, do you know what it is? The bitch of a sister that I hate, I absolutely hate. Now if there is another feeling greater than hate, that is what I feel towards her. Like she poses as Jude because they are twin sisters. She dresses up as Jude and asks Carden to do stuff that her father Madoc, like Taryn and Madoc, get together. And Jude obviously feels betrayed, because oh my god, no, I'm really sad for Jude, okay. So let me read this out for you guys, because oh my god, this is like too much. But how did she make you agree? Jude demands. She has no power. She could pretend to be me, but she couldn't force you. He puts his head in his long fingered hands. She didn't have to command me, Jude. She didn't have to use any magic. I trust you. I trusted you. And Jude trusted Taryn, which was the biggest mistake of her life, according to me. Like from book 1, like this video is turning out to be reasons why I hate Taryn video. I don't know, like I have not hated a character so freaking much. I don't remember that, like the last character that I hated. I don't think, like the level of intensity that I feel, the intensity of hatred that I have towards Taryn, I don't think even Locke is like equivalent to it. And I just hope like in book 3 she dies. I just hope. The last sentences of this book, I have obviously highlighted them. While I was murdering Belkin, while Carden was poisoned and disoriented, Madoc made his move against the crown, against me, and he did it with his daughter Taryn by his side. Shit. Like, holy freaking shit. No. Fucking finally. Oh my god. Like, the book ended. I did not expect this ending at all. Like, oh my god. My mind is like blown. Can you even imagine? Like, Carden actually, tells Jude that to release, like, asks her to release him from the vow or the bond that they share, like for 1 year and 1 day, something like that. And then he asks her to marry her. Obviously, it is like a marriage of convenience kind of thing, or a arranged marriage situation. Which is again a kind of business deal, but in deep down in his heart, I somewhere know, or somewhere knew that he loves her a lot. The end, like, oh my god, like, as she murders his stepbrother, his elder brother. And what happens is, no, he's not stepbrother, he's just his elder brother. So what happens is, he actually the elder brother was like in a kind of sent by the queen of the sea, and now the queen of the sea is mad because like he's killed. So what Carden does, he exiles Jude to out of the fairyland to the mortal world, basically back to our world. And Jude is like, oh my god, he cannot do that. And he says, of course I can. Then she says, but I am the queen of fairy, and everyone is like mocks her. And she tells him deny it, but Carden doesn't deny it, but he doesn't even agree to it. So I don't know where this is going right now, and I have no freaking idea. Okay, Jude is like in the epilogue, like she's in the mortal world, and what like she's with her sister and her stepbrother. What is his name? I forgot. Oak, yeah, Vivian Oak. So yeah, he's like staying in a mortal world, and yeah, that is what we know so far. And yeah, she's obviously upset, I will say, some to a point that she's heartbroken. And even though I am being a witch, I somewhere feel that she deserves it. Okay, she deserved it. The hell she put him through, I think itna to banta hai. But I am sure, like, the third book is titled Queen of Nothing, so there has to be something good. Hey you guys, I was just editing the Folk of Air series, and I found out that the entire Queen of Nothing, like the footage of around 45 minutes, is like gone, vanished from the SD card. I actually ordered a new SD card, and it was like the similar one from the SanDisk one that I was using, but I went for a cheaper option. I thought that the speed or whatever I needed was like not that high, and I went for a cheaper option. And like there was some kind of setting that needed to be done before shooting or maybe filming or using that card, and like now the footage is gone. I'm so pissed, like, but I'm not going to scrap the footage, because like the first two books take up a good amount of like raw footage. I have around 2.5 hours of just first two books, so there is no way that I'm going to just scrap the video. So here I am going to sit and talk to you guys about how the book went. You might not get my reactions, but I am going to like summarize the entire experience. So the Queen of Nothing basically starts off with Jude still in the mortal world and Carden in the fairyland. And Jude is like kind of now angry. Obviously she's angry and she's pissed, and she is like wishing ill on Carden, like, because she's angry. But deep down, we all know that she loves him a lot. And Jude is someone who is not, I think Carden is the sunshine here and Jude is the grumpy, if that makes sense. So yeah, she is not someone who is going to easily express her emotions. So Taryn, Jude's bitch of a sister, twin sister, comes to mortal world to ask for help from Jude, because they look similar. And something similar, like, because they look similar, there was a major twist that happens at the end of book 2. The Wicked King, she comes to Jude to ask for help, because apparently Taryn has murdered Locke. Locke is dead, and now Taryn is pregnant. And because she cannot lie under the what is it called, some kind of vow or some kind of magic that they will be putting on her. Obviously, like, she murdered him and she doesn't want to like die or put her baby in risk or go to the jail where Carden's mother was. So yeah, she asks Jude to take her place in the fairyland or in Elfhame, and Jude obviously she does forgive Taryn eventually, and she goes to the mortal world. And what happens is Carden instantly like recognizes Jude, and like they kind of share a moment, and then a lot of things happen, and then my heart breaks. Okay, Carden asks Jude about letters that he wrote to her when she was in mortal land, and she never received any of those letters. And the most annoying thing of it all is the Queen of Nothing has all those letters but not in India. Why on earth is this? Like, why what have we done to you guys? Like, we love reading, we are like not going out on vacations so that we can buy all the books that we want to read, and you guys cannot even give us this small, like, I don't know why. When I found out about this on Instagram via a reel, I was so heartbroken. Like, I was like, कोई जा रहा है अगर यूएस तो भीख में मुझे बुक ला दो, पैसे दे दूंगी मैं. Oh my god, I was so freaking pissed. Okay, and then Jude and Carden are in a very difficult situation because the father Maddox is like after or behind the throne, and now like he is like he has half or like a part of Carden's army. There is like a kind of situation where obviously Maddox doesn't know that Jude is here instead of Taryn, so Jude has to go with Maddox. He like rescues her during like after the investigation that is going on. So yeah, he actually like Maddox kind of rescues her, but he doesn't know that it is not Taryn, it is Jude. And Jude stays there for a while and pretends to be Taryn, and then eventually Vivi, Taryn and Carden along with the Roach come to help or rescue Jude, because obviously they know it's Jude. And what happens is like Jude finds out that the ghost is imprisoned. He's imprisoned in a nearby cave, and then she tries to help him or something of that sort. And there are a lot of twists and turns. I don't want to give away like the entire thing. Even while reading the book, I knew that I do not want to share that with you guys. So yeah, I am like saving the ghost wala part for you guys to discover if you guys ever read the book. Like, there is this thing with the name that I don't want to reveal. So yeah, then Jude is like goes with obviously Vivi and Taryn, but she's badly injured, and like Maddox is the one who injures her. So yeah, that happens. Eventually a lot of things happen, and Carden he kind of like, because he's so pissed at the entire situation, he kind of like breaks the crown, and the maker of the crown he has this habit of like cursing his objects that he creates. Like, if anyone tries to destroy them, there will be a curse. And yeah, Carden is obviously the one who has to bear the wrath of the curse, so he turns into this snake. And after this part, like, the entire book is like, it just goes down, like it takes such a deep dive into Ekta Kapoor's Nagin land that it never recovers, like, till the end. Like, I was so pissed. Like, this is the part that convinced me like why people dislike the Queen of Nothing so freaking much, and why people do not love the series as much as I loved in the first two books. And yeah, I am not revealing anything. Like, Carden becomes a snake, and then there is a lot of drama, Ekta Kapoor level drama, telling you guys again. One thing that I absolutely forgot to tell you guys, I think in book 2 or book 3, I don't remember, is that Jude does, like, she's a part of that group, like the spies for the prince. So Jude does, like, the Roach, the Bomb and the Ghost, they all get their names. So now Jude has her own name, and her name is what? Guess what? The Queen. So yeah, she gets her name, and I'm so freaking happy. Tell you guys who all are couples, okay? In the end, like, I'm telling you guys ऊपर से, because I don't want to give away everything, but the Roach and the Bomb end up together. Then Jude and Carden obviously end up together. Maddox, in the end, he did want the crown, but because Jude was so, like, upset and so freaking angry and hurt with whatever happened, and even all his other daughters are angry, and then Jude is like injured, so Maddox like backs off, and he's like exiled from the fairyland, and he goes on to live in the mortal world. The most surprising couple is like Taryn and the ghost end up together, is what they are hinting in the end, but they do not like give you a scene or anything of that sort. So yeah, that happens. Other than that, I don't think anything else is there of much significance. I think my heart just broke when the letters were not there. So yeah, I am going to like go on internet and like try to find all those letters that Carden wrote to Jude to wind up the Queen of Nothing. I think that this was the weakest book in the entire series. Talking about all the books, The Cruel Prince, I will give it a good 3 stars. A very nice book, very easy world building, very nice enemies to lovers. Like, the entire enemies trope is like so bang on. I enjoyed the book a lot. The second book is The Wicked King, and yeah, the book is like on my shelf, so I'm like trying to look there. The Wicked King is like the best book from all the 3, like the trio, and I am going to give it a good 4 stars. I would have given it more stars if there were not moments where a lot of moments were there where this felt more like Ekta Kapoor's drama serial instead of a fantasy book. There were slight moments, like too many of them to my liking. So yeah, that is why I'm giving it a 4 star and not a 4.5 star. Talking about The Queen of Nothing, the weakest book, I'm giving it a 2.5 star only because Jude and Carden end up together. I would have given it a good 3.5 star or even a 4 star even if like when the curse goes down, like the Carden is like cursed and he becomes a snake. If in the end he would have remained snake, or if he would have died, even then I would have given this book a good rating. But that entire drama, and then it was not even a happy, like a sad ending, or not the ending that we were all expecting. So yeah, that is why it is getting a 2.5 star. The only thing is that even though the entire series was from the point of view of Jude's, what I like is when the character is talking to us instead of the author telling the character's point of view. Like, when that happens, we are literally inside the head of the author, not author, the character, and that feels so relatable. Like, if Jude tells, I am going to kill, like she's thinking in her own mind, I am going to kill Carden, I get more excited instead of author telling Jude is thinking about killing Carden. So yeah, that is something that I do not enjoy. It is like something that is too personal for me. So yeah, after The Queen of Nothing, I read the novella 3.5, which is How the King of Elfhame Learned to Hate Stories. And again, like, the entire book, like the novella, was so freaking weak. Like, I did not enjoy it. It was like more kid appropriate than even young adult appropriate. I was expecting at least in that novella we could have gotten Carden's point of view, where he is talking to us. We did not get that, so maybe that is not Holly Black's writing style. So yeah, that is what happens. But I did not enjoy the novella as much as I would like. Do let me know in the comments below which is your favorite from all the 5 books that are in the Folk Affair series, and which is your favorite character. Personally, I like Carden's character. I love Carden's character. The second character that I enjoyed reading was Maddox. Like, his character had a lot of different colors, and I enjoyed him. And apart from that, I do think that it is a very good, a very strong a YA fantasy, and I also enjoyed the enemies to lovers trope. It was like bang on. If you ask me to rate the entire series, I will rate it somewhere around 3, not more than that, because there were a lot of loopholes. The plot was so freaking weak by the end. I disliked it. Like, if I love the characters, okay, it is easy to love characters, but if the plot is not good, it is like a no go for me. So yeah, if you want to like invest your time in reading the first two books, you eventually have to read the second book. Skip the novel, as nothing is going to like change about what the story entails. But yeah, that was what I had all in my mind. So yeah, I think it is a good series if you enjoy YA fantasy, and it is easy to understand. And if you are a beginner, definitely go for it. Like, you can start with it, because the pages are also not that long, like not more than 400 pages. So it is very easy to read series, and easy to get into and get out of. Like, you do not have hangover. Like, after I read the War of Lost Hearts, I was in a reading slump for like entire week. That happened with me, because each book was at least 500 pages. Some were like even 600, 700 pages. I think there was one book that was for 800 pages. So yeah, that was there. And after that, I just needed a break. Like, I needed a freaking break. And yeah, that was the thing. So the Folk of Air series is very easy to read, easy to understand, very easy world building, very nice tropes, and very nice characters. And also the magic is like swoon worthy. And there are oh, I also totally, like, I don't know how the hell I missed it. Like, it is like from book 1 to book 3, it was all there, and I did not talk to you guys about, is that Carden is like a bevda, like a piakkad, a drunkard. He is like always drinking wine, or whatever he drinks. So he is like always in under the influence of some kind of alcohol. So yeah, Holly Black, I have to give it to her that I don't know how she managed to make us fall in love with an alcoholic and a bitch, like a manipulator, a murderer. I don't know, but yeah, she did manage that. So that happened, and I really admire her for writing good characters. Even I told you guys, like, I love Maddox's character, I hate Karen's character. And to give someone that kind of emotion, like hate is a strong emotion, and to write a character that we can hate, and she is not even like the villain or the a main villain of the entire series, still I managed to, like, she surpasses all the other villains present in the series for me. I hate her so much. So you have to imagine like what kind of character building she has done, like Holly Black has done. So yeah, that sums up the Folk of Air series from my part. If you like this video, give this video a thumbs up. Do let me know in the comments below which is your favorite one from all the 3 books, like all the 5 books, and what you think about the Folk of Air series.